This week we find ourselves surrounded by the beautiful, majestic mountains in Whistler, British Columbia, which has become a 12-month destination for visitors from around the world. We're here to drive the new Ford Ranger. Maybe not majestic, but damn important to a company that boasts North America's best-selling vehicle with the Ranger's big brother, the F-150. Now, Howard Elmert has already done his review, and if you missed it, you can catch it at motoringtv.com. But here's my issue with Ford. As we all know, Ford has gone all in on trucks and all but abandoned cars. Well, about 8 years ago, Ford looked into the crystal ball again and said, you know something, nobody's going to be buying mid-sized trucks. Well, today as I stand here, that segment is hot, thanks to GM that kind of kickstarted it with the Colorado and Canyon. Of course, they got the Tacoma, the Frontier, and the list goes on. So did Ford make the wrong decision? And when it comes to cars, is history about to repeat itself? Well, time will tell. But we do know this, there's a lot of pressure on this Ford Ranger to succeed.
So obviously we exited the market in 2011. The market was shrinking in size. And we had F-150, which was doing exceptionally well. Now the mid-size pickup truck market has grown exponentially, and Ford owns trucks. We belong here.
The idea of having a smaller vehicle is good for the millennials. They like to feel a little bit more tighter. Definitely the price range, you can still get yourself into a full-size vehicle for the same price level as this one. And I think this Ranger appeals more to the average outdoor enthusiast, but the general everyday driver, you're able to take that vehicle into places downtown and get into parking spots. That's a lot easier than a full-size pickup.
Inside the Rangers, I like to say you could spend a lot of windshield time back here, and the seats and everything else are very comfortable. The infotainment system, nice screen, lots of buttons and knobs, none of that touchscreen stuff you find in so many vehicles. As I mentioned, we've got one engine choice, 2.3 EcoBoost, 270 horses, and a real nice, smooth 311 pound-feet of torque. And you know, it's made it to the 10-speed automatic, the same one found in the F-150. And speaking of the F-150, a lot of people say these mid-size ones look almost as big as a full-size truck. However, drive this back-to-back with the F-150, this is so much more compact and so much easier to get around town. We've got the Super Cab and we've got the Super Crew Cab. And speaking of the bed, here's what our truck king, Howard Elmert, had to say.
The only complaint I got is this. Why isn't this tailgate damped?
Yeah, right now I'm currently driving the 2004 Toyota Tundra Crew Cab with the full-size box. I think this looks like a nice truck, nice lines on it. Looks clean. I like the blue, fan of blue. And it looks like it could handle some off-road logging roads as well, which is handy. Pick up the bench here. So it's a whole bench here, so it's not really handy when you have a car seat on one side and you want to put your tools on the other, or a dog in there as well. But still, when it is up, you have lots of room for your tools there, so kind of one thing. But yeah, overall it looks like a pretty nice blue Ford Ranger.
Would you switch allegiances?
If I were to switch allegiances, it would probably be the F-150 for my lifestyle with kids and tools and dogs.
Well, I've got a 1990 F-250, and I've had it about 5 years now. I bought it by trading 4 cords of firewood for it. I love Rangers. I've had a few of them, and it looks sharp, really sharp.
What's the first thing you look at when you look at a truck like this?
I like the look of the lift and the wheels, the nice big wheels. And of course the nice paint job as well. And it's new, you know, something I'm not used to. Yeah, if I had enough money, I'd probably buy one.
Have you ever lived without a pickup truck?
No, and I'm 63, so at least not very often without one. So we're looking at, you know, I don't know, 50 pickups I've had.
2.3 liter EcoBoost, very, very impressive. It's a great combination of power, torque, and fuel economy that is really kind of unmatched in the segment. All competitors offer trim levels and technologies comparable to what we offer, but our point of differentiation is that single engine strategy that really gives you that capability. Remember, if you buy a competitive vehicle, every time you change engine for more capability, you're adding cost. You don't need to do that with a Ranger.
It's an EcoBoost, so it does perform a little bit better, but it is underpowered. It would have been nice to have some other option that you can go larger if you had to, but it's okay. They do offer this one as a Raptor version, but not in North America. It'd be interesting when that comes out because that'll probably get more off-road enthusiasts involved. But this is great for the people that want to do a little bit of off-roading, but not go too severe.
You don't see anything underneath the frame rails, so the drive shaft, the transfer case sit high in the vehicle, so there's nothing that can get cut up on terrain or a boulder. And even if you look at the rear hitch, it sits very, very high up on the frame, so the angle of departure is very aggressive for Ranger. So yes, it is a mid-sized truck. It has tremendous off-road capability.
I think they'll do fairly well. On the West Coast, very particularly the Rangers were a big seller out here, and it was a big shock when they lost it. And I don't think that anybody picked up that business, so it'll be interesting to see.
We're a few months into sales and we're third in the segment, which is a great news story for us. So obviously Tacoma's owned the segment for a long time, but you know, we're outselling most other players in the segment and we're just getting warmed up.
So we have a new Ranger, and let's be honest, Ford had no choice but to jump back into this now very popular mid-size segment, especially with its new mantra of all trucks all the time, and I think they've done a really good job. But why has this segment become so popular? Well, I think it's because for a lot of consumers and first-time truck buyers, they're using their trucks as everyday vehicles, and full-size trucks are simply too big. And yes, like the Ranger, the mid-size trucks have grown up, but for many, it's a size that fits.